There are some churches that have built schools using the money that has been contributed by the congregants. Those schools are very expensive that even those congregants cannot afford.
There's something that has been bothering me a lot, you understand? And I just wanted to share with you this. You know, over the protests that have been taking place in Kenya, we have really seen a lot of things that has really changed. A lot of things has changed in Kenya. How politicians greet the citizens, how the president addresses the citizens, and also how the churches behaves. You understand? But today let's talk about how the churches behave.
Built an hospital is built which you cannot afford to go when you are sick. Are you okay?
A lot of things has changed, you understand? You know, this generation is a very dynamical generation. The Gen Z of Kenya, they have changed everything, you understand? Even at the point now, the pastors, the bishops are afraid. Like, and they are now inviting, the Gen Zs to join to occupy churches. Why? Because they have realized that they have messed. They have messed like what church are supposed to stand for, what church are supposed to do in a community. They have failed. You understand? These churches, they collect money, illegal money from politicians. Maybe in form of a rambe, contribution they want to build their church. But in the real sense, those churches are not built. It takes even 10, 20 years to complete a building that can only cost 1 million or 3 million to build. And they're not even built into a standard. However much the members contribute, the members' contribution is huge every Sunday, every month, every end year. And each and every regime, a politician who is coming to power, also contributes. But it's not something that has really been showing good signs and development in a society. They stopped the president's wife from conducting a fundraising by just issuing a warning. Just if you go there, then you're down. Like I like how the system works. Understand? And they always say that if we lose our fear, they lose their power. So as we have fear, them they have power. So we lose the fear, they lose their power. And these are things that has really been happening in churches. To me, I have a great remark to say about churches. Churches have let us down. You understand? People nowadays are using churches for business. One day I went to a church. I was dressed properly, and they even know how to detect the person who has money, the person who has no money. And if you have a lot of money, what you offer, you're given a front seat, you're given a front seat, a better seat, a better treatment. If you don't have money, you'll find a place to sit by yourself. You know, so that one they are putting people into a scale of their economy. You understand? Like you are social being where you will sit in the church depends on the depth of your pocket. So, are we doing business, or are we promoting Christianity that's bring moral sense to a community? Churches should be the eye, should bring discipline in a society. But our politicians are using this to launder money. They go to churches, they bring 50 million, 10 million. Where do they get that money? They don't even question, where do you get this money? What's the source of this money? Then they take the money because they know that they have their shares. Today, the pastor is broke. Tomorrow, the pastor is riding a Range Rover. A church is built, congregants are coming in, people are pouring in, offerings are pouring in this church. in these churches, we have poor congregants. They are totally poor. Some of them even bring their last money just to have hopes that one day their life will be good, when they'll be blessed by God. Instead, they are not, the God they are preaching is not a God that will help them. They come to churches with the intention of getting rich. They build schools where even the congregants cannot attend. And let's say they're gonna give them scholarship because these churches are these schools are being funded by the church, the money contributed by the congregants. No one can afford to go. They build hospitals. No one goes to these hospitals. They are so expensive in that they only accommodate the rich people. If you're not in a political class, business class, then you will not afford to be in these particular places. They are stinking rich, these men of God. They don't teach people what is in the Bible. Instead, they impact fear on these people, these hopeless congregants who think that this man sent by God to deliver them to a promised land. Only this person gives them fear. They don't even stand to question, because they know that a man of God is always right. But in the real sense, it doesn't happen. I've seen so many churches, they have brought brothers to become enemies. It's through these churches that they prophesy that your brother, something happening in a family, they prophesy that it's your brother that is after you. It's your brother that killed you, did this to you. It's your brother going against you. Are we talking about magic, or we are talking about the word of God? Like, they have used these platforms for their own gains. Now, that's why this generation is not generation for churches. However much they believe in God, they have to pray to God. Even if, like, they don't teach people how to read the Bible, but they interpret the Bible for their own benefits. The only part that I hear good is you give the offering, God will bless you. But they don't tell these people that how they should pray. If they are sick, they'll tell them to pray so that God will help them. But when these pastors, the bishops, are sick, they take a private jet and they go to South Africa to get a proper treatment. Like, I don't understand what kind of society we are living in. Why should we be lying to one another? So I really like the step taken to neutralize these churches, because there are a lot of toxification in these churches. It's in these churches, if you really look deep into them, you find that there is high rate of morality in these churches. People are doing miracles, fake miracles. You pay someone to pretend, and the congregants are just blindly following. So who are you leading, my friend? So it's something that I fail to understand. Like, they have just brainwashed our parents to believe that they have to give their life to Christ. You give your life to Christ, but you are worshiping someone else. The other day I saw when an MP's house was burned down. They gathered and started praying. This person is corrupt. Again, they come and console him. For what? Like, this kind of brainwashing is really bad. You understand? I also see most of the churches, most of the bishops, they're setting up orphanages. And at the end of the day, These orphanages are being run in poorly. Like the management of these orphanages is poor. They get money from abroad, people who give donations, donate, donate, donate. Nowadays, it's just about donate, donate. There's nothing good that can come out of these things. Donate, 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 donate. Who are we donating to? Because there's no more love. If you don't have money, then you don't get loved. They don't talk about prostitution going on in the society. They don't talk about corruption. They don't talk about hatred. Communities are fighting. People are hating on each other. The government are being run poorly. They don't talk about that. They give them platform for them to address. A politician will get more votes from the churches, only contribute to the building of a church. The churches that doesn't stand for the moral of a society. Nowadays, churches are places for business. So if I conclude this video, I would love to appreciate the Gen Z for shaping the sense, the moral, and the values that are being brought by churches. Churches are not places for corruption, are not places for politicians. So churches have really, really misled us. The other day, they went to the State House. The president called them. They came. They didn't even say something. The president just addressed them like kids. Then they went back. You can't tell the president that he's wrong. How can you lead a society? And my last question is, how can you milk a dead cow? Thanks for watching.